If you are a faith-centered business owner, a content creator, really looking to go into 2026 and like nail your sharing of your content with your people, like this is for you, okay? If you have been doing this for a hot minute and you notice that you stop and you start and you stop and you start and you're very tied to what happens externally, this is the place that you might want to double down. So one of my favorite content hacks as somebody who's been writing on Facebook, I know I'm old, but like writing on Facebook for the last 10 plus years for my business, is I love to go into my memories and I love to go into my like saved posts that I personally wrote but saved for later because I was like, oh, this is good content. I love to go in there and like pull ideas for what I want to share. And today in our content to cash flow program, I was talking about repurposing and dissemination of content, how you like practice persistence and consistency. And so I was giving them a lot of different tips. I ended up sharing a post that I actually repurposed today from 18 months ago where I was talking about my son. He was in 6th grade. He had just finished pitching in a game where he pitched 2 innings to like the biggest 7th graders I had ever seen in my life. Like we were checking birth certificates, y'all. Just kidding. But like he had a 0 ERA. He had 1 walk, 1 hit, and 6 strikeouts. 6 strikeouts. He struck out the side both times. And his team still lost 10-0. The post was about how my son, like, and this is no credit to me, it's all credit to God. Like, this kid is one of the most tenacious, like, just disciplined children I've ever met, especially when it comes to stuff he likes. So, like, this kid is always trying to figure out how to pitch better, how to, like, rest better, how to prepare before the game physically, emotionally, like mentally, spiritually before the game, how to like be in a good mindset before he takes the mound, how to do all of this stuff, how to be a good teammate, like all of it. He is super focused in on internal metrics. He focuses in on what he can do in order to change the situation for the better to the best of his ability. And we've had to have conversations as he's grown up about the fact that just because you do everything right doesn't mean you're going to win. That game was a perfect example of this, where they lost 10-0, even though he did everything that he could and he prepared as well as he could and played as hard as he could and like did a phenomenal job. It just still didn't go his way. I know a lot of y'all aren't out here like pitching your guts out, but like, where does this show up for you? Where do you like work so intentionally to nail a sales pitch and they still say no? Where do you try so hard to make sure that you have explained everything on a sales page? You like give people all the details and then they still ask for a refund anyway and cite something that you're like, you knew this. Where do you create like the best content you've ever created and you put it out there and like the algorithm just decides not to show it to people that time? What happens when that happens? Are you somebody that gives up? Are you somebody that gets frustrated? Are you somebody that lets the external metrics, the outcomes, change your habits? Because if you let